3, 2, 1.
Get ready.
Welcome back to another episode of Trace Coronas.
Woo! Hell yeah.
This is ladies night of Trace Coronas. Drinks are free. Is that what lady night at a bar is? I've never actually been to a ladies night. Anyway, today we're talking about, you guessed it, advisor marketing.
No way.
No way.
Oh my god.
No way.
So here's the deal. According to Michael Kitces, advisors spend about 5 hours a week on marketing and business development total. So like not a lot of time.
Right.
And especially like when you think about it being split up between like actual marketing and business development, like it's probably closer to, I don't know, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, depending on the advisor. So we want to talk about today how to make sure that your time is spent really efficiently and you can get good content out of the limited amount of time we have, because we know that you are very busy and client relationships do and should come first. Right. So we want to help you just really maximize your time. So the first thing I want to talk about is repurposing content. Seattle, how is that a time saver? Like, why is that good? How does it help you? Go.
Yeah, absolutely. So repurposing content is a great way to maximize your time. You don't have to start fresh and write new content every single week, because that would take way too much time.
That would take way too much time.
If you have a really good, relevant piece of content, you say you write a blog, right? You could repurpose that blog into video content, a newsletter. There are multiple ways that you can get those same ideas out in front of an audience without having to start fresh every single time.
Yeah, and that can be something like, you know, if you have a blog from 2021 that's like timely to that year, maybe just do the same topic and update it so it's for 2024.
Right.
Or it can be something, you can take your evergreen content and you can say, okay, I'm going to use this as a script for my next video series that I'm going to do, or I'm going to use it as a topic for my newsletter. Like, there are so many ways that you can repurpose that content without putting any time into it, really.
Right.
My favorite thing to do is to just like take little blog snippets and post it as a social post.
100%.
Like word for word, copy and paste it out of the blog, use it as a social clip, maybe add a little image or something if I have time. And that's like a great way to super easy repurpose content. So that segues really nicely into just social media best practices and how you can use the most of your time, because it is like uber time consuming. And as someone who's on social media 24 hours a day, it feels like, I get it. It takes a lot of time. So here are my quick tips. One, your social profile does not need to be like revamped or anything. If you just take a look at it like twice a year, once a quarter, if you're like feeling really feisty, then you can just like make quick little updates that take you like no time at all, and you're just like keeping on top of it. Number 2, engagement. This is the hardest thing. Personally, this is the thing that I struggle with the most, and I get that people are like, can be uncomfortable commenting on people's stuff, but like 10 minutes every morning. Give yourself 10 minutes every morning. Say, I'm going to comment on 3 people's posts and I'm going to like 5 different things. Okay, if you do that every morning, your engagement is going to skyrocket. Yeah. Really, truly. But yeah, I get it. It takes time. So just really like while you're drinking your morning coffee, 10 minutes. Okay. My last tip goes back to repurposing content. It does not have to be something that you have like written brand new every single time. Take something from a blog, you know, take something from an email that you wrote. If you had a conversation with a client that said, you know, they're like, hey, this is a question that I have, write about that, write what your response was. Like, you do not have to reinvent the wheel every time. And if you're doing that engagement and repurposing that content, it makes it a lot easier. So that, sorry, woo! Just talked a lot. That segues into what I want to talk about with Amber, is just like the importance of really using the conversations you're having in order to like generate new ideas. So do you want to just tell me how an advisor can use their conversations to generate new ideas?
Yeah, so obviously you have a lot of meetings with clients, and I'm sure they ask a lot of questions. So start documenting those questions and keep track of them in a spreadsheet or, you know, whatever you see best, and start finding the most frequently asked questions and then start answering that. So we have some clients that do like monthly emails. They're like, hey, this is the most common question that's asked to us. Here's the answer.
Yeah.
If you need more information, you can link to a blog if you have that, and say you don't have any questions that you're really liking or want to use, then go to an old blog, pull a question from that and answer it and still send it out and get some more traction on that blog as well.
Yeah.
So you can also repurpose content, but just it's important to, as they're asking questions, document them and use that as like fuel.
Yeah. And like, if you're like Amber, you'll put it into a spreadsheet and it'll be all pretty. If you're like me, you'll put it in your notes app and it'll be like not grammatically correct.
And then
but
you'll
have
throw
the
it at
questions.
Amber to deal with it.
You'll have the questions. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It's just you want those conversations to be top of mind. And like, what a great like video series.
Yeah, for sure.
Take one question every week from a client that you talk to, and you're like, oh, that was a really interesting question. Make a video about it and do that once a week. Like, super easy. It does not have to be. Doesn't have to be
You also
hard.
never know who else has those questions. They just might not be asking them or might not know what
to ask.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, absolutely.
So it can be very beneficial.
And if you need help with this, guys, I know a marketing firm that can help financial advisors. 3 Crowns. So if you do want to talk, we're open to talk. Send us a DM, email us, whatever it is.
Slide into our DMs.
Yes, please.
right.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, I just feel like I talked a million miles an hour. But happy Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's party.
Let's party. All right. See you guys in a couple weeks. Bye.
Bye.